Subject Political Science, page number 25 to 26. Freedom to manage religious affair. Religious affair, religious dharmagi oiba affair thabak thong singda freedom to manage sin langbagi ningtamba. Constitution guarantees the right to establish and maintain institution of religious and the charitable purposes. The Constitution Sabidhana for religious dharmagi oiba and abasung charitable purposes. Okay, Shanghai Dunghai Toroga to establish and maintain student relationship to establish linkatpa and maintain same sabidamakta the Constitution Sabidhana guarantee aya pieba. Every religious sect has the right to own and acquire movable. Every religious sect okay dharmagi oiba कानून खुदिमकी has the right to own and acquire movables अखोना पुथोक्सिन चाबा सी मसाई ओइबा दे खंगबा सिगी has the right मागी हक लेबा. Freedom as to payment of taxes for promotions of any particular religion aduga mo masta of any particular religion ko akangna dharma amagi damakta to payment of tax for promotion madu phanabagi paisa piba gi freedom ningtamba leyeba. No taxes shall be levied, the proceeds of which are meant for the maintenance of any particular religion. No taxes shall be levied, the proceeds of which are meant for the maintenance of any particular religion. Of any particular religion, karimba dharma amagi damakta for maintenance madugi dharma du pangthong le damakta toriba thabak thongsing aduda no taxes shall be levied. Khoina paisa che nampuda khomba yadeba. Khogi dharma du pangthong le damakta. It is against the ideals of a secular state to pay out of public fund any money for the promotion of any particular religion check. It is masi against the ideals of a secular state to pay out of public fund any money for the promotion of any particular religious sect. Of any particular religion sect the akhoi akaknaba dharmagi karup dugi for the promotion chakhonabidamukta public funds any money khogi pajram degi paisasi khongatpagi pinabigi haibagi matangda secular state amagi ideal tamjafam oibigi the masi mayokta oibini hadi madu chanabi yadi hebe hekta dharma linkhale du dharma linkhalamni paisa hekta praja mayam di khomaga adu sangwa sanamni haraga paisa nibi yadi hebe ko. Delhi High Court in a historic case ruled that the Jains or the Buddhist art and architecture constitute part of the cultural heritage of all India. Delhi High Court in a historic case the haukraba matamgi case the Delhi High Court na rules well me. That's madudi the Jains or the Buddhist art and architecture Jain the khogi Punjabi lining chatpa or the Buddhist adi Chinese ki dharma chatpa khogi Bihar ki khonang makhada lining do adugi art and architecture mone sangwa satpagi mahi singasina constitute the part of the cultural heritage of all India Bharat pumbagi cultural heritage akhoi thani thilekpa kanosingse sangatpagi saruk amani na habsida Delhi High Court na rule charai mebko. It shall not be proper, therefore, for any bodies or person objecting to the establishment of museum of the Jains or the Buddhist art. It shall not be proper, masi matik saba oibum thokte for any bodies or person objecting to establishments of museum of Jains or the Buddhist art. Jains amasung Jain dharma chapa or natraga Buddhist ki art ki maramda museum ama linkhatpada yad ba miyoi sing ꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯂꯩꯐꯝ ꯊꯣꯛꯇꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯙꯔꯃꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯗꯗꯤ ꯃꯥꯅ ꯙꯔꯃ ꯆꯠꯅꯤꯡꯕꯗꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯨꯡ ꯏꯟꯅ ꯃꯥ ꯂꯤꯡꯈꯠꯆꯕ ꯌꯥꯏ ꯅꯤꯡꯖꯕ ꯌꯥꯏ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯀꯣ No religious instructions in institution maintains out of state fund. No religious instructions in institution maintains out of state fund. ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯂꯣꯏꯁꯪ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯩꯔꯦ ꯒꯣꯔꯃꯦꯟꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯔ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯥꯏꯚꯦꯠꯀꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯂꯣꯏꯁꯪ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯩꯔꯦ ꯃꯗꯨꯗ ꯔꯤꯂꯤꯖꯤꯌꯁ instruction ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯙꯔꯃꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯗ ꯁꯪꯕ ꯁꯥꯕ ꯁꯦ out of the state ꯐꯟ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯦꯠꯇꯒꯤ ꯄꯩꯁꯥ ꯊꯥꯗꯔꯒ ꯁꯦꯝꯕꯒꯤ ꯍꯛ ꯂꯩꯇꯦꯕꯀꯣ ꯂꯤꯡꯈꯠꯀꯗꯕ ꯃꯤꯗꯨꯅ ꯁꯦꯝꯒꯗꯕꯅꯦꯕꯀꯣ There is a distinction between educational institution wholly maintained out of state fund and those recognized by state or receiving aid out of state fund. There is a distinction between educational institution wholly maintained out of state fund ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ educational institution ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯃꯍꯩ ꯃꯁꯤꯡ ꯇꯝꯅꯕꯒꯤ ꯂꯤꯡꯈꯠꯂꯤꯕ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜ ꯈꯪꯗꯦ ꯀꯣꯂꯦꯖ ꯈꯪꯗꯦ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯂꯤꯡꯈꯠꯂꯤꯕ ꯌꯨꯅꯤꯚꯔꯁꯤꯇꯤ ꯈꯪꯗꯦ ꯂꯤꯡꯈꯠꯂꯤꯁꯤꯡꯁꯦ ꯁꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯦꯠ ꯐꯟꯗꯒꯤ ꯄꯨꯔꯥ ꯁꯤꯟꯅꯕ and ꯑꯗꯨꯒ those recognized by state or receiving aid out of the state fund aduga state na yare haraga andagi state ki mateng phangaga mokhoin masak khangaga linkhatpadi matangdadi there is a distinction khenaba amale no religious instruction shall be provided in any educational institution wholly maintained by state fund by state fund ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ state sarkarna paisa thadaraga ꯁꯤꯜ ꯂꯥꯡꯏꯕ in any educational institution ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯍꯩ ꯃꯁꯤꯡ ꯇꯝꯕꯒꯤ ꯂꯣꯏꯁꯪꯁꯤꯡꯗ no religious instruction shall be provided ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯙꯔꯃꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯇꯥꯛꯄꯤ ꯇꯝꯕꯤꯕꯁꯦ ꯌꯥꯔꯣꯏꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯙꯔꯃꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯗ ꯁꯤꯅ ꯍꯦꯜꯂꯦ ꯇꯧꯕꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯗꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯗ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯦꯠꯅ ꯆꯂꯥꯏꯔꯒ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜ ꯂꯤꯡꯈꯠꯄ ꯀꯣꯂꯦꯖ ꯂꯤꯡꯈꯠꯄ ꯌꯨꯅꯤꯚꯔꯁꯤꯇꯤ ꯂꯤꯡꯈꯠꯄꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯗ ꯙꯔꯃ ꯑꯃꯈꯛꯇꯪꯅ ꯍꯦꯜꯂꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯆꯂꯥꯏꯕꯗꯣ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯆꯠꯅꯕ ꯌꯥꯗꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯅꯤꯀꯣ As regard state aid or state recognized institution, there is no bar to giving religious instruction. As regard as state aid or state recognized institution, aduga state aid adi state na mateng pangba or natrag state recognized institution state na masak khanglaba loisang sing gi oinadi there is no bar to giving religious instruction. ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯂꯤꯔꯤꯛꯁ instruction ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯙꯔꯃꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯗ ꯁꯥꯇ꯭ꯔꯁꯤꯡꯗꯨꯗ ꯃꯣꯏꯗ ꯇꯝꯕ ꯂꯥꯛꯄ ꯁꯥꯇ꯭ꯔꯁꯤꯡ ꯙꯔꯃꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯗ ꯃꯣꯏꯅ ꯄꯥꯎꯇꯥꯛ ꯄꯤꯕ ꯈꯣꯠꯄꯁꯤꯗ there is no bar ꯑꯊꯤꯡꯕ ꯂꯩꯇꯦꯕ but no person can be required to take part in any religious instruction unless such person give his consent or if he is a minor consent of his guardian has been obtained aduga but tamisung no person karagumitana can be required to take part in any religious instruction koi dharma ge ba matang da takpi tambisda no person karagumta saruk yabse yam thokte unless such person give his consent asigo misna give his consent ma ke yaba yaudrabadi onatarga if he is minor मासे अंगांग ओइतादि हारि धर्मदु नंग चलो हाइना इनसनदना चलन बियाते consent aduga consent of his guardian has been obtained magi yokpi thakpiriba mai ma pa khangte ahlamran khangte maduna yajaba tarju nana yadargadi hari dharmdu chapiyate haiba nagi apambu dharma ama aduda chakadami haiba ko The Constitution does aim to establish a secular state. The Constitution Samvidhana does aim to establish a secular state. Secular state ama establish linkana bidamta aim pandam thami. It allow equal freedom of faith and worship to all. It masina to all punamaki of faith thazaba and amasung worship like ningbagi equal freedom. Some arba ningtambadu it allow masina yali heba. Culture and the educational right. Culture questionably the educational dialogue yoiba right haksing. Protection of interests of minorities. minorities adi apipa kanglupsingi interest apambadu protection ngakchenba habako. India is a country which is a museum of different culture and religions. India, Bharat asi of a different culture, tonga tonga sanabi and religions, dharma, makhan kya labor gi museum amani habako. People living in India speak different language and use different script. People living in India, Bharat living labor people mixing different language tongan pa lonsing speak ngangi and aduga different script. Different tongan tonba script making use sinay. Hence, it is but necessary that the Constitution should protect cultural and the education rights of the minorities. Hence, Madam Sina, it is but kaino haibu natural masi pausai oifam thokpani that the Constitution Samvidhana of the minority apipa kanglupki culture sanabi and amasung education right like issue tambigi right haksang asi should protect ngakpi gidabani habko. Right to conserve the language, script, and culture. Language, law, script, mayak, and culture magi chanabi do right to conserve. Koi leader thambigi hak. Article 29 gives to minorities a right to conserve their distinct language, script, or culture. Article 29 sina minorities api kanglop singda to conserve their distinct language makogi loan mogi thading angjab loan script mayak or not culture makogi sanabi adu linu thanbagi right hak ama article 29 na gives b habko. Such minorities shall not be denied admission into educational institutions maintained or aided by the state on grounds only for religions, race, or language. Such minority asumba atonba kauntsing asi shall not be denied Appointed admission into educational institution maintained or aided by the state or on ground only of religions or race or language. On ground of only of religion, dharma, race, jat or language loan gi matumina aided by the state na mateng pangaba or maintain saliva into educational institution. Mahimasingi lesangsingda such minority asingba dong kanglu sing si shall not be denied. Like tamjigi habda yaroidaba toridabani haba haidi tamangadabni habiko. Right to establish educational institution lailesu tambagi lesangsing established in kanabigi right hak. Minority have the right to establish and administer educational institution of their choice. Educational institution koi lailesu tambagi lesangsing to establish in kanabigi right hak. Minority tonba kanlupsing asna have the right to establish and administer educational institution of their choice. Of their choice mokogi apa matuina educational institution lailasugi lesangsing to establish thinkatpa and administer madu salaibaki have the right hak lay have. In granting aid to institution, the state shall not discriminate against any institution on the ground that it is under the management of minority. In granting aid to institution, high relationship is the in granting aid koi mateng pangba piba the state sarkarna on the ground that it is under the management of a minority atomba kanglupki under the management sinlang makadani habigi on the grounds upon the shall not discriminate against any institution. Hariba relationship linkapagi ayokta shall not discriminate aduda kenaba thambaya de habko. But the right to administer cannot include the right to mal administer. But the right to administer koigi Madu chalainabagi haksda cannot include the right to maladminister. Kolana chalaibagi haksti yahonbiya de. In a leading case, 1980, the Supreme Court held the state can certainly take regulatory measures to promote the efficiency and excellence of education standard. In a leading case, akhoi thokiba thodo amada 1980 solution was happen IT Mogdada the Supreme Court held Supreme Court na packet key state na can certainly kerumukara take regulatory measure khusang naina moki permission lohpa yai to promote the efficiency and excellence of education standard. Education standard di mahi masing tambagi thakto adu efficiency adi matam changdana thuna lesson ngamba adu excellence madu hena pharpa ngambagi permission changnai lohpa ngamba si state na yai. It can also issue guidelines for ensuring the security of the service of teacher or other employees of the institution. It can also mention issue of teacher, ojasing, or the other employees of the institution. Aduga hariba lesson aduda other employee atopa thabak tori misingi of the service mogi tori thabak tugi security Mokoibu ngakpi senbei damukta it can also issue guideline magi guidelines piyebko